Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play EU4. We're playing as Japan, although we're also the Emperor of China, so we've got that going for us. We've got no loans, or manpower's coming close to the top. I don't believe we've got any truces going on anymore, which is great, and I'm going to cancel one of these automatic relationship improvements, because we have, I believe, 3 more people who are willing to become our tributary, which is great, because we got 20 as is, which ain't too shabby. We're trying to colonize over here. That's going all right. And yeah, most likely what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this pattern of we're not going to go for too much aggressive type expansion right now while we have, you know, no administrative efficiency, that sort of thing. But every time we do hit our manpower cap, we will likely do a war against Ming. They're one of our rivals. If we do declare war and even take land from them, we get more power projection, which is great. We do want to keep trimming them down. At this point, we have accepted a couple of the cultures that are very present in here. There's also a Manchu presence, a culture that we have accepted, so we're going to want to go north at some point too. But I think weakening the Ming a little bit will make some sense. In particular, we might be able to get more of their tributaries to decide to leave them, as is. Coalition against Ayutthaya. I don't know what Ayutthaya has been doing. It is rare to see the AI attract a coalition. We may push a decree once we are ready to go to war. Maybe boost the officer corps for the infantry combat ability, which we already have a boost to that, so it'll stack up nicely along the way. If you're taking away 2 colonies... Oh, we actually have a completely idle colonist. Really? Oh. Well, that's not great. Also, an idle merchant. Oh, probably because I set up the trade things at some point. So, I mean, we could expand these areas. And yes, you know, I realize that there's no autonomy at all in these areas where you have a trade company. But, of course, we're not getting anything out of this except for trade power. And the trade power is not doing anything for us. Right? So some people are like, oh, it's really good. And it's like, okay, well, maybe. I think what we're going to do is we're going to slowly climb up the coast here because at some point... Oh, we can probably find manga now. Hold on. Can we? Yes, we can. Where are you? Right in here in Kanamboro. So it would be handy to get a little bit closer in some fashion. I guess it's going to be up the west coast, maybe declaring war on Portuguese Congo. Yeah, perhaps. There's all wasteland here, though, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, we're going to want to find a way to go to manga at some point. That's one thing, but the other thing would be just continuing to colonize. We've got California. Stupid France over here being kind of annoying that they're here. They are one of our rivals, though. We may have to go to war with them for some of their colonial holdings. We're not actually rivaled to the British yet, although that might change as well. If we take a look at the colonial regions, because it would be handy to get, you know, more colonial stuff. Oh, one of the things that's going to change in 1.22 is that your colonies are not going to get Liberty Desire based on, like, you know, relative size of subjects and things like that. So they're not going to get more and more chaotic as you get more of them. Instead, tariffs are going to impact them more. And I think I like that change. So again, we got some pretty low-value provinces, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could make these guys bigger, but at this point, you know what? I'm just going to finish up these areas. I think that's going to be okay. They're pretty high value. We do need to send some troops to guard that. You're already grabbed, so let's go ahead and... oh, my transports are currently busy. Okay, we'll get back to you then. Wait for this diplomat to come home. Oh, yes, and the merchant. We want trade from here to flow into the Mexican trade node, which hopefully will happen. Not that there's much right now, but we'll see. Rival of our rival, that's us sucking up to the Ottomans. Wonderful. We may as well finish that. It won't take much longer to do that. Build a trade depot in Kyoto. Yeah, that sounds great. Gain 50 support for global trade. Kyoto gets the growth of local trade. That sounds really good. Absolutely. In fact, we can start on that immediately. Trade... Wait, trade depot, not trade station. Oh, there's Kyoto. Bam. We'll probably want to build a few. I mean, we don't really need more trade power in this trade node. So that's why we haven't been prioritizing that. We are saving up money for the war. So let's take a look over here. So they're 51,000 manpower. I mean, they've got mercenaries available, and they are still making really good income, of course. Rivals. Show me that. That'll make it easy. 112. But our raw income is higher. Does it show net? No, it only shows raw. We have more money in the bank and more income than Ming. Fan-frickin-tastic. So yeah, we're relatively well suited to deciding to fight them. Britain is spying on us. We got some civil wars going on. That's all fine. Let's go and build a 5er of infantry because that'll bring us up to our force limit. We got some tech available. Yeah, no reason not to hit this button before the war starts. The supply limit's going to be really handy. Well, we've got the institution tech penalty. But we're not close to doing that, and I think we're much closer at actually just fighting a war. So yes, I'm going to be quite happy to hit that button. In terms of focus, we're currently focusing on admin, which is good. We are done humanist ideas, though, so we may want to consider rebalancing it. That being said, we're still behind on admin, and we may end up doing some coring over here in Ming, so I think that's going to be all right. We are going to go and revise your cavalry. So everyone's oot and a boot. Have you arrived at the trade node over here? Oh, we've got the free diplomat now, so I got to start on that. Yes, and you are pushing trade down to Mexico. Lovely. What am I doing? I'm doing diplomacy. Oh, no, there's only one now. Okay. We'll have to keep checking from time to time. The Provence, really? Might be a little awkward if France decides to declare war on them. On the other hand, if we said yes, like, what difference would it make? They'll just lose the war, but at least we'll keep the prestige. Like, it has no real impact on us whatsoever. Do we want to change anything ship-wise? Well, what we might want to do is we might unmothball the heavy. We're going to have you join in protecting trade in Beijing. And what's our force limit? We're still nowhere close. We may want to pump out a few galleons. They're going to be expensive, and they take a long time to build, but I think it's probably worth... I'm going to build 10 and get them going. Because we'll need to beat up some stuff. Beat up some Ming Navy, which we did a fair amount last time. We'll recall that diplomat now. That's going to be okay. But a little bit more of that will help. So we'll wait for this diplomat to come home. Actually, I'm going to wait till both of them come home just for convenience. I'll double check to see if anyone else is willing to become my tributary. Oh, speaking of tributary, we just got... So Provence... Over here, you're probably big enough to give me admin power. So let's do that. Let's do some conversions. And... yeah, no established tributaries. Abuse of tributary status. What is this? Come to our attention, the King of Tidor has been harboring a great number of criminals, pirates, and thieves. Oh. Not much we can do. Or an event. Tributary trading post will be removed. I don't know. Let's send a demand. Ooh, okay. Well, then we don't like each other. Okay, that's fine. I don't think that's a huge deal. Subject countries. Native assimilation, very good. Just gonna wait for the other diplomat to come home and hit this button here. Come on, there you go. Alright, suck up to the subjects, make sure they stay relatively loyal. And yeah, do we grab the admin tech? I think the answer is very much yes. It would be very handy to have forced march this time around. Plus, currently we have unbalanced research, so we're having to spend money to keep our corruption down. So that's no good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and be quite pleased with it. So we are no longer getting the corruption buildup. In fact, if something happens to give us corruption, we'll get a discount because we're ahead of time in Diplo, which is fine and groovy. We've only got level 2 advisors over here currently. They were half price, so we're getting like really good bang for a buck. Also, really like the inflation reduction here. That's really handy. That is going down on its own right now, so that's going to be fine. But yeah, we might wait for some of these heavies to spawn. We're not literally at our manpower cap, so we still have a little bit of time. Trade station, trade station. Those are our workshops. Oh, we're about to finish a colony. But yeah, we'll finish all this up. And maybe what we'll do is actually start on Australia before these all go. We'll form that up and then see what we can do at that point. Are transports ready to go now? No, you're still... There we go. You're self-sustaining. That frees up a colonist. Excellent. That's not adjacent to anything yet, so I think we'll wait. Yeah, let's go ahead and make the jump into Australia. Now, these guys grab the better province. That's okay. I'm going to go here to block any other nonsense that might happen. By nonsense, I mean someone else colonizing something instead of me. There we go. Automatic transport. Gain a base tax. Then we'll have to send some people over there as well. Probably from here, because I don't think you're colonizing that. No, you're all done. Excellent. Importing food to combat famine. We'd lose mercantilism and money. Here, we would get 5 years of national unrest and less manpower, which is really crummy, but we'd gain mercantilism. The manpower penalty will hurt. But I think I'm willing to put up with it. It's a 2 manpower, or 2 mercantilism swing. And I think I want the mercantilism. So that did drop the manpower by a fair bit here. It is very annoying. And not ideal, but I think, yeah, we'll have to just eat that, unfortunately. The unrest shouldn't be a problem, though. We're very stable. Trade depot has kicked in. Excellent. What else can we get here? Should rely more on that. Conquer... Okay, where's this? If it's in Ming, I'll probably take it. Ah, this little bit. Yes, I will take it, because the manpower recovery afterwards is really handy. We don't need... We've got claims on everything in China, I think. Like, so we shouldn't need that for the claim aspect. It's nice that you got some separatism problems, though. That I really enjoy. I'm going to just drop you off. I'm going to set up the other drop-off, and then we might start. Okay, Jamexico Treasure Fleet. Very nice. One of our generals left us. Hopefully it's one of our many crummy ones. You are going to get dropped off over there. Okay, so now that I don't have to focus in the south at all, and we're at full manpower, we raise our maintenance up. Let this finish up. The ships are about to finish as well, which is great. What we can do is, and we lose money from this, but we could stop, like, protecting trade over here. Just worried about the individual ships getting caught out. But more likely, what's going to happen is we're going to instantly sink these guys. So I think that's going to be okay. I don't need to bring up the forts yet. I'll just have that happen. Hello, +1 stability. That's amazing! So obviously we're going to hit the siege here instantly and just be able to... well, if we declare war on this, which seems relatively likely... Oh, we're going to have to bring back one of our diplomats, and that'll probably take a million years. Okay, well, 39 days is actually not too bad. How far are we from a thing? Pretty far. And what's our... We have no absolutism. Which is too bad. We'll have to remember... Well, if we're at 0, I guess we could go ahead and increase autonomy without without consequence. But otherwise, we'll have to remember to be careful with that button. Diplomats back home. You guys are having to deal with... So you've got a fort that's been sieged out. You might be retaking it at this point. Which actually would make attacking here very appealing. So, yeah, I can declare for anything. But I'm going to declare for... let's get the right one. This one here. Because if this is a war goal, it's going to be really easy for us to get the ticking war score. It's something that we're going to want to take in peace, just because it makes a lot of sense. And then we can complete that mission. They've got no allies. We've got our colonial nations. Not that I think that'll be relevant. We're not going to bring Ayutthaya over here. We don't have any favors, but that's going to be A-okay. All right, let's do it. Leaders. Do we literally have no leaders? Literally no leaders. How you guys feeling about me? Oh, you guys are fine. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a general. And who do we get? That is a really crappy 40 tradition general. Obviously, we're going to want to roll a few others just to have them available. One more. Okay, he's pretty crummy. The other one we got is pretty good, though. As always, very excited to get the siege pip. I suspect so if there's anyone doing the siege over here, we may want to send some more dudes. I'm going to break off one infantry to go here. And then the rest of people are just going to generally move up here for now. And then we'll see in a moment. But, I mean, you're seeing explosions, so it probably means they're working on taking that fort. Okay. Battle of the Sea. That's their little trade fleet. Oh, we've got some more over here. We should be able to just whack these guys. We don't have much in the way of heavies. I don't suppose you guys... No. Do we want to roll an admiral? I think we'll be okay. I think they're going to escape here, no problem. Oh, that's someone else that's reoccupying this. Korchin. Interesting. You do have a fort up here. Now, these guys do have a siege pip. Do we want to... No, we'll want to take the capital first. Plus, we might be able to eject those ships again. And that would be very handy-dandy. Group up. Do you have enough cannons? No, you're going to need at least 3 more cannons. So it's fort level 5, but that's a level 4 fort plus the capital. But that doesn't really make much of a difference. I think what we're going to do is just mostly advance this way. We're going to play it safe. A long war is fine with us. We're going to try to avoid splitting up too much. But I think we have a larger standing army. Oops, not navy. Yeah, we have a larger standing army at this point. Still have more manpower in the bank and more raw income. Oh, these ships are about to get ejected, so let's go and bop them, obviously. That automatic little transport movement was a little bit dangerous, but that was okay. We're now industrious. Oh, isn't that lovely? Detach the damage, send some people over here, do the blockade, and be ready to fight these ships. Alright, so over here we've got full bonus, except that we don't have the blockade, but we're about to do that. You're going to move to here. You've got that. I don't think there's any reason to keep standing there. Move. Oh, I see. Well, you're not fighting anyone along the way, so I guess that's perfectly safe to do. I'd love to start that siege, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is do this, just to get a little bit closer to Beijing. This is a mountain, right? Yeah, so let's go and... Oh, yeah, we can't take it right now. Until Beijing falls. So, Ming, you're not in another war. You were distracted by some rebellion stuff. I'm expecting your troops to show up soon. What's your military tech? 16? We're at 17. It's not a huge difference. A faux pas? Alright, that's fine. I mean, I think we're still annexing, right? So that will slow down that annexation, which is too bad. What about our diplomat? I think we can probably just go ahead and ask him to keep sucking up to our neighbors. That's going to be... Or not our neighbors, our subjects. We could decide to suck up to possible targets of tributary. But I'm fine with this. So I haven't hit the decree button yet. Well, probably before the first battle, if I remember, we're going to hit the infantry strength one. Okay, battle might be coming soon. Troop positions are generally okay to minimize attrition. Okay, yeah, you just chill there. I mean, probably they're going to attack me over here. We got plenty of reinforcements available for when that happens. They might be going around, but they do want to come at me, bro. Alright, so we're going to wait for them to lock in, then we're going to move people. Then we are going to also hit the infantry button. We'll check our military leaders, too, and see how we feel about that. Alright, you are locked in. So, we've got the bonus discipline here, which is great. We're going to boost the officer corps and get the 10% combat ability over there. I'm going to force march one guy in here to speed that along, but that's going to be sufficient, I think. Well, he might have more reinforcements. I'll queue up more moves into Beijing, just in case he's got more troops that are about to join in. But the important thing is to get the critical mass of dudes right from the start. Sufficient to at least meet. Now, they still have a really good general. This is a different really good general, but a 5-3 with lots of maneuver. But we're going to come in with a massive numbers advantage. Like that. We've got... They do have really high morale. Holy cow. We have... They don't have any discipline bonus right now, which is kind of surprising. So we're going to go in with more discipline, more tactics. And that's our actual siege, guys. So we're going to go and pull you out that way, except for you guys who will pull out that way. We'll have to redistribute you in a little bit. But again, we're going to be very cautious in taking Beijing here. Make sure that we execute that correctly. Actually, you're going to end up going over there. I'm going to say, and then you guys turn off the force march, which I should have done earlier. Just going to pull back over there. So we've got that. We've got these ships ready to bop that as soon as the siege ends, although we haven't had any real good progress yet. That's ZV culture. This is all culture that we accept. So yeah, we're probably going to take a fairly aggressive swath of territory over here. I'm going to park a single dude over here so it doesn't get recapped by that fort. I don't think this one will get recapped as long as this is held by rebels, but maybe I'll leave the unit there anyway. So I don't think we can jump on this guy. Not until Beijing falls. And I could spread out a little bit more, but I don't think that would help our cause. It's amazing to see how much more supply we have here so that we can actually have relatively decent stacks in this territory now, which we weren't able to do before. Because 48k, that was definitely going to get attrition to death before, and that's so much better. So you guys are all fixed up. We're going to go ahead and throw you in here too. They're coming back. Now, they're not locked yet. But now they are. So I'm not going to mess around this one. I'm going to go and instantly force march. Do we have all our leaders? I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to force march you. And I'm going to force march you guys this way as well. We're going to go ahead and do a... We'll do a full consolidate. Full consolidate. Like that. He's got reinforcements here, but they're going to be coming in at half morale, which isn't great. Although they do have the higher base morale. Now that we're below our force limit because of the consolidates, I will go and... we still have tons of manpower. Do I just want to get... You know what? We'll get one more batch of regular infantry here before we turn to mercs. There we go. All right. We're going to take this engagement. With the force march, we should get in here relatively soon, although we definitely took some frontline damage. There we go. So we should be able to win this. He's losing more numbers. Not that either side is currently shy of actual counts. Now, that's the guy who's supposed to stay here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave something else behind. I'll leave this stack behind. So you stay, you go here, you go here. There we go. And you guys are just going to merge up. We're going to turn off the force march to save ourselves some points. Excellent. This is going to get desieged. Oh, because of Datong. Right. Right, maybe we won't worry about it. We'll just park here and here and just wait. I think we're going to get attritioned over here. We'll probably need to move some troops over. These guys might be hunting one of these small stacks. Hello, are you coming back at me? Really? Okay, let's split off the infantry. Let's consolidate you. They're definitely coming back again. Alright. Again, we'll wait for them to lock, and then we'll force march in. Oh, well, one of them changed his mind, which is not going to bode well for his overall chances. So yeah, force march back in. It's worth spending the military power here to make sure that we really get in here a little faster and better. The starting with the lower base morale is very terrifying. So we're going to be able to just turn around and attack you into here, which sounds pretty good. So we're going to leave... I don't remember who it is. I think we're going to leave Hugh here. Then you guys, I'm going to merge and attack over here. We can probably turn off Force March. And we're going to do a Consolidate on you. And then you should go and smash the hell out of this guy. Annex subject is expired. Okay, so we should be able to finish that annexation a little faster. Which I think was going pretty slow. Where's our annexation stats? Yeah, we're only going 2 per month now, and that's with the annex subjects going away, so does not look very good. So he's losing twice as many people, actually considerably more people, especially now that this front line is all collapsing. Got no cannons. Oh, he is going to get reinforced over here. And it will be in time. Well, we're not going to lift this siege. Although I suppose what I could do is detach as much as I can, force march up here, and then come back down. Just in case, because of the morale difference. Oh, there we go. He broke. That's fine. That's fine. Is this done? This one is done. Maybe I'll just go and stand here, and then we'll send a merchant over, or not a merchant, a colonist later. You can turn off the force march. And you are going to split and do that. Okay. These infantry got done. We're just going to send you down over here. We can probably go and recruit some more dudes. And at this point, I think we'll start on infantry or on mercs. In fact, I think I'll start with 10 mercs because what I will do is we'll do a little consolidate over here. I'm going to do a shift consolidate here. But I'm going to do a hard consolidate here just to bring down our actual force count. And you will do a shift consolidate. So that doesn't change the number of... Oh, perfect! Look at this. We're going to go up to exactly our force limit. So that doesn't change the number of divisions when you do the shift click. But it does make sure that they're consolidated for strength. We're at 50% over here. Getting ready to eject these ships out and kill some navy. Did some serious damage to them over here. They've still got rebellion problems. Well, I mean, not much, but it's there. That's going to lower their willingness to fight quite a bit faster. Group you up. Give you a leader. Not that you have maneuver, so that's not going to really help with the force limit. You don't need to chill here unless that gets recaptured, but you do, just to prevent anyone from spawning there. That's going to be okay. Alright, there's some tributary war. There we go. We've got your capital. Some more war score. You're already down to medium since we've taken that capital. Your war exhaustion is going to go up quickly. We've got ticking war score. This should be a relatively easy war to fight. This is just farmland, so I'm going to group everyone together here and then jump on these guys. There we go. Navy's in combat. Let's go. Just ridiculous amounts of overkill, but who knows? They might go and reinforce in a way that's annoying. So yeah, you don't need to be there. Oops, you need to stay there. Move up over here. You move into there. Boom. Alright, not actually sunk, but that's okay. We'll go and do some repairs at the same time. I didn't even look to see if we captured anything. So yes, ridiculous amounts of overkill, but I like overkill. There's no such thing as too much overkill. We'll go and send one sacrificial lamb over here. And another one over here. Oh, you can't. Okay, that's fine. Alright, are you gonna bop these guys? Come on, get in there. We didn't actually get to the 10-1. So we weren't able to do the insta-wipe, but that's okay. You, the siege pip, more than enough cannons. You're gonna go into here. And we have to be very careful here. Because they could attack us here, and we'd be the attacker in the mountains. Very scary. Still might be too risky to go after Datong. I know, we can force march out of the way, I suppose. Now, as far as the rest of you go... Especially with the morale difference. I mean, we'll lose so fast here. Oh, these are... This... Okay, this is kind of annoying. Hold on. I don't want to fight these separatists. Now, we would be the defender here. We would crush these guys. I don't think we can get out of the way because they've already started moving. That's actually kind of annoying. Well, we'll go and reinforce over here. Because we actually are a little light on the front lines. Going to eject these ships again. Actually, I'm going to do that with the Singleton. And I'm going to keep these guys a little closer to Datong. Oh, they are... Hold on. Hang on, we're the attacker? How are we the attacker? We were here first. These are rebels. That's actually doubly annoying. Alright, what we may do is keep a monster stack here to discourage them from attacking us. And therefore triggering the penalty for being in the mountain. That might be a half-decent idea. Yeah, just a big sign that says, please don't attack us here. If we take this fort, it's going to be huge. What's the battlefield medic trait? Where do we find out about the traits? Reinforcement speed is higher. That's actually really handy-dandy. Really handy-dandy. We've already got some good progress on this fort, too. It's already a -7, which is actually a little bit surprising to me, but I'm going to be very happy to take it. You've done that. We need to wait for a reinforcement tick, although I suppose I can just do this. That's going to be fine, because it's still adjacent to Detong. Yeah, I think that's all right. Heizhong has gone. Let's go and add in some extra stuff here. We're having some problems getting enough reinforcements to the front. One of the problems that continues to be the case is the fact that they are full defensives. And as a result, they're going to do a lot of attrition to us while we're here. So the manpower does drain quite quickly. We still have the problem that reinforcing an enemy territory is never good. Can we dodge you? Oh, we can. That's actually kind of on the surprising side. You're probably going to go around and be more annoying back here. So let's go and let's ignore this for a second. And just pull you back here and be ready to maybe go after that group. How's our force limit? Yeah, we're at it right now. We might want to go over it temporarily with some mercs here, because there's probably going to be something shaking down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw in some more mercs. Wuding has come into our control. Excellent. That's going to eject those ships, which is all I'm looking for. There are no forts over here, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull back and get ready to do some work over here of some kind. Because it'd be nice to go after that 20k stack. So we're going to deal with these guys here. That should be fine. Oh, you guys are all healthy. Just go out here. And, okay, they are going to do this. Can I dodge? Question number 1. Not even if I force march. Well, that's going to hurt. Whoa, we got to put a cut in here, too. This is going to hurt a fair bit. Although maybe not as much as... It's 2-1. He's got a much better thing. Yeah, we'll probably lose this. And I knew this was going to be a risk going into it. I guess I could just pull back and siege this. And again, encourage them, excuse me, to try to retake Beijing or something. And then keep fighting them there. That's probably what we'll have to do, assuming we lose this battle. Which seems very likely to be the case. I'll let you finish this move here, then I'll force march you back in. Most likely we will lose this battle. Then that's, you know... trying to take too big of a piece of the pie. I really should have just kept skirmishing over here. I've got taking war score. So we'll lose some extra manpower to this, and a tiny bit of war score from losing the battle, but the war is not lost. I'm feeling very confident that we will, in fact, very easily win this war for different values of easy. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. See you next time.